Hi there, it's Sam from Pootles.co.uk. Thank you very much for joining me today. Today's project is the first of one of my Christmassy projects, and this is what I'm calling my tree bag. And this is one that is designed to hang on a tree. You can't see it very well because obviously you're overhead, but it's a pinch closed top, but it's long and thin, and I could imagine loads of these scattered all over a tree and filled with little treats. And it's big enough that you can put, you know, sweeties and things like that in, maybe some jewellery as a gift, I don't know, but definitely full of little sweeties, and it'd be perfect. So I'm going to show you how to make it, and it uses our brand new Trim the Tree Design Series paper stack, which I've put down somewhere. Here we go. And it is one of the stacks, so it's £6.25, dirt cheap, 48 sheets, and it is beautiful, very traditional patterns. I suppose a little bit Nordic maybe. There was one back here that sort of caught my eye. This one, very traditional. I could see this one, you know, gentleman's jumper, perhaps. But it's beautiful and I love it. I really do think it's very, very pretty. And as you can see, our Christmassy tree one, it lends itself to working in that direction. So, however, this time I'm going to use snowflakes on crumb cake. Is it crumb cake or is it Sahara Sand? It's Sahara Sand. How could I not see my favourite one? But this time round, I'm going to use my paper trimmer because I'm going to work in metric today. But it's 6.5 by 4.5 inches, which is 11.4 by 17 centimetres. So if you don't have the Designer Series paper stacks, you can cut your own. And it's very, very, very simple to score. And it scores at 2.5 centimetres. Now with our trimmer, you've got, I call these butt boards because you butt your cardstock up against it. You've got two of these, and the 2.5 centimetre mark is there, which just butts up nicely. But if you were working in less than that, there's 3 centimetres worth over here. So it scores at 2.5 centimetres, and then at 5, and then at 7.5, and at 10, which in Imperial is 1, 2, 3 and 4 inches. Dead easy. Okay, then I'm going to score it again on the shorter side, actually not on the longer side, at 2.5 centimetres, which is 1 inch. And that's it. It's all the scoring done. Whole lot, everything. Not very much there, was it? So fold your score lines and burnish them. Now our paper trimmer, the scoring, the grooves aren't as deep as they are with the Simply Scored. So fold gently with your fingers first. And you know you're not going to create wibbly score lines, which I have been known to do. There we go. Okay, and there's a tiny little bit to trim off. There's 4 squares at the bottom and a smaller rectangle. So trim that one away. And just cut up your score lines. And then come along and close it. Now, because this is paper to paper, you can use snail without any issue, but if you were going to do a cardstock version, use something stronger like sticky strip. Fold in your 2 sides and your bottom at the back piece, and then the front. And obviously if you're going to put something heavy in it, you know, perhaps heavy sweeties, do put a stronger adhesive at the bottom. Okay, pinch the sides in, and it will naturally, instinctively, quite happily close, and depending on what you've got inside as to whether it will close all the way down or resist, as mine has done. And then grab your brand new 1/4 inch 6.4mm hole punch, and because these are super strong, you can get through all the layers of cardstock without any issue. Look at that, straight through. Not quite like knife through a butter, but not far off it. Cherry cobbler ribbon. This is seam binding ribbon, so this isn't a new one. There's a new one that's real red, but I just fancied going with the cherry cobbler. Feed through, and then decide how long you want it to be, how long down, you know, how far off the tree it's going to hang, and that will determine how long your ribbon is. And you want to tie it off at the top, because obviously this is going to form the loop that is hanging from your tree, as you can see there. Okay, neaten up your edges. There we go. And then the stamping, Well, my stamping comes from a brand new Project Life by Stampin' Up stamp set, and this is a clear one, a photopolymer one, so you can see all the way through. It's got different seasons for autumn, so it's got Halloween in there. I don't do Halloween, so you know, I'm only going to look at this for the Christmassy stuff, but it is great if you you know, you do want to look at both festivities coming up. So right, this is what I'm going to use. Let the festivities begin. I did have a piece of Whisper White. I have still got a piece of Whisper White. And I've got Garden Green, because if you're going to use the paper stack for this, this is the other colour that is within the stamp set. It's not at all, it's within the cardstock set. So I'm going to push that down, and then I'm going to bring in my 1-inch square punch, and I'm going to cut off on the diamond, on the angle. And then I can't decide whether I want to do green as the background like this, or if I want to go with glimmer paper. Is glimmer paper? Yeah, let's try the glimmer paper. This is the postage label punch. This is what happens when you do your sample and then you don't practice the one that you're going to demonstrate. Does that look okay? Oh yes, it does actually. Now I've done it. I like to show different ways of creating a project. I won't, you know, obviously I'll make one sample and make another one, and that's really just to show that you can take one thing and make it look different. So where's my front? There's the front, down at the bottom, and obviously it's up to you how much you decorate it. Finally, I've got one of our little vintage faceted buttons. I love these, they're all sorts of different sizes, and I've tied a little linen thread bow on it, and yes, you'll be pleased to know I have already tied it. I'm not going to let you watch me battle the linen thread. And then down at the bottom, and that is my super cute tree bag. And like I say, they would just hang off your tree, pop little sweeties in, maybe little handmade, well, they have to be very little handmade truffles, but you know, little dinky things for small children. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, and I hope to speak to you soon. Bye.